On our website, you can get PDF learning materials for free. Please visit englist.me.
Recognize.
To acknowledge or realize something or someone, to identify, remember, or become aware of something that was previously known or encountered.
Examples:
Recognize talent. Recognize achievement. It's important to recognize your strengths and weaknesses.
Makeup.
Colored substances used on someone's face to improve or change their appearance.
Examples:
Makeup artist. Take the makeup off her face. Her beauty resulted from a good night's sleep rather than makeup.
Toy.
A thing, typically a small model or replica of something that is played with, especially by children.
Examples:
Toy store. Toy box. He gave his daughter a new toy for her birthday.
Aisle.
A passage between rows of seats in a theater, airplane, or other public building, typically one of two or more running parallel with the main body of the structure.
Examples:
Aisle seat. The center aisle of a church. She walked down the aisle to the front of the church.
Turtleneck.
A sweater or jersey with a high close-fitting collar.
Examples:
A turtleneck sweater. Turtleneck undershirts. I want to buy a new turtleneck tomorrow.
Witch.
A person, typically a woman, who is believed to have magic powers and practices witchcraft.
Examples:
Witch hunt. Witch trial. Many people in the medieval period believed in witches and their ability to cast spells.
Princess.
The daughter of a monarch, the wife or widow of a prince, woman or girl considered to be particularly good or admirable.
Examples:
Crown princess. A royal princess. The prince fell in love with the princess and asked her to marry him.
Beg.
To ask for something urgently or earnestly, to appeal to someone to do something.
Examples:
Beg the question. Beg for help. She begged her parents to let her go to the concert.
Transgender.
Relating to or denoting a person whose gender identity does not correspond to that person's biological sex assigned at birth.
Examples:
Transgender person. Transgender rights. Many transgender individuals face discrimination and marginalization in society.
Raid.
A sudden short attack, usually by soldiers, ships, or aircraft.
Examples:
Make a raid on an enemy's camp. Air raid siren. Throughout the raid, the bank robbers wore masks.
Struggle.
To make a great effort to do something when it is difficult, or there are a lot of problems, to use force or violence to break away from restraint or constriction.
Examples:
struggle against discrimination, struggle to get the job. He could not struggle against temptation.
Inevitable.
Certain to happen and unavoidable.
Examples:
inevitable changes of the seasons, inevitable result. In times of recession, an increase in unemployment is inevitable.
Upstate.
Relating to or located in the region that is located in the northern part of a state or country, particularly in the United States.
Examples:
upstate Connecticut, upstate region. He grew up in a small town in upstate New York.
Identical.
Being the exact same one.
Examples:
pair of identical twins, an identical equation. Infant formulas are nutritionally almost identical to a mother's breast milk.
Twin.
Either of two children born at the same time from the same mother.
Examples:
a twin lens camera, a twin room. Its twin brothers are difficult to tell apart except for their parents.
Nick.
A small cut, notch, or indentation in a surface or an edge.
Examples:
a nick on the fender of a car. Nick on my hand. The interviewer arrived in a nick of time.
Glove.
A piece of clothing worn on the hand and wrist for protection against cold, dirt, etc., with separate parts for each finger.
Examples:
a right-hand glove, 5-finger glove. She was wearing a black glove.
Hunt.
To go after and try to catch wild animals to kill them for food, sport, or profit.
Examples:
hunt a job, hunt after knowledge. Hounds hunt their prey by using their keen scent.
Heel.
The rounded back part of the foot below the ankle. Someone who is morally reprehensible. Verb, to follow someone or something.
Examples:
heel bone, heel wrestler. She wore high heels to the party.
Bury.
To place a dead body in the ground, grave, or tomb.
Examples:
bury in the earth, bury emotion. There is plenty of space to bury everyone.
Ignore.
To intentionally not listen or pay attention to.
Examples:
ignore her advice, ignore a ban. Since independence, the area has been completely ignored.
Flamboyant.
Showy, bold, or striking in appearance or behavior, characterized by extravagance, eccentricity, or ostentatiousness.
Examples:
Flamboyant style. Flamboyant personality. The actor's flamboyant outfit stole the show at the red carpet event.
Independence.
Freedom from another's or others' control or influence.
Examples:
Financial independence. Independence ceremony. There is nothing more valuable than independence and freedom.
Gender.
The range of characteristics of femininity and masculinity and differentiating between them, especially when considering social and cultural differences rather than differences in biology.
Examples:
Gender-blind policies. Dual gender. Cultural norms strongly influence gender expectations.
Suppose.
To think that something is likely to be actual or possible.
Examples:
Suppose you're right. Suppose beforehand. What do you suppose the culprit's motive was?
Vow.
To make a promise or commitment, usually formal and solemn.
Examples:
Vow allegiance to the new king. Vow never to give up. They vowed to love and support each other for the rest of their lives.
Educate.
To provide or receive instruction or training over a period of time at a school, university, etc.
Examples:
Educate student. Educate public. The school's mission is to educate young children and prepare them for the future.
Sensible.
Having good sense or judgment, reasonable, practical, marked by a perception of the importance or seriousness of something.
Examples:
Sensible decision. Sensible approach. It's sensible to wear a helmet when riding a bike.
Spouse.
A person's husband, wife, or partner in marriage.
Examples:
Spouse tax deduction. Spouse visa. The spouse of the politician was a constant presence at campaign events.
Behold.
To look at and observe with attention.
Examples:
Behold the sunrise. A joy to behold. His angry expression was not a pleasant sight to behold.
Transition.
The process or period of changing from one state or circumstance to another.
Examples:
Transition phase. Ensure a smooth transition. The nation's healthcare system is in transition at the moment.
Decide.
To make up someone's mind about something, to come to a conclusion or judgment after considering options.
Examples:
Decide a question. Decide on a course of action. She couldn't decide whether to order the pizza or the pasta for dinner.
Gradual.
Happening slowly over a long period of time or distance, not steep or abrupt.
Examples:
A gradual process. A gradual change. The country experienced a gradual increase in population.
Pearl.
A hard, roundish object found within the shells of certain mollusks and used as a gem.
Examples:
A cultured pearl. Pearl beyond price. She wore a pearl necklace passed down to her from her grandmother.
Process.
A series of actions or operations performed to achieve a particular outcome or goal, a systematic procedure or approach used to accomplish a specific task or objective, a method of treating milk to make it suitable for consumption or use in other dairy products.
Examples:
Process improvement. Decision-making process. The process for applying for a visa can be lengthy and complicated.
Stall.
To stop or cause to stop making progress. Noun, small area or booth set off for the sale of goods in a market or large covered area.
Examples:
Stall at sea. Stall in a tunnel. The negotiations proceeded slowly and finally stalled.
Grade.
A particular level of quality, size, importance, etc.
Examples:
Boys in the 12th grade. Students at all grade levels. Departments may set requirements for a higher grade point average.
Coop.
A farm building or enclosure for housing poultry.
Examples:
Fly the coop. Chicken coop. The farmer put a coop over the hens.
Strain.
A force or pressure that stretches or pulls something, sometimes causing damage. Biology, a group of organisms within a species that differ in trivial ways from similar groups.
Examples:
Strain our eyes. A strain of bacillus. Dictators of the past often had the erroneous idea of a pure racial strain.
Christ.
The man that Christians believe is the prophet and the Son of God, and whose life and sermons form the basis for Christianity.
Examples:
Teaching of Christ. Before Christ. Christmas is the day to celebrate the birth of Christ.
Grandchild.
A child of someone's son or daughter.
Examples:
Grandchild-grandparent relationship. Grandchild development. The grandparents take care of their grandchild while the parents are at work.
Isolation.
The condition of being alone or lonely, the act or state of separation between persons or groups.
Examples:
Isolation booth. The country's isolation. That incident led to his isolation.
Accord.
An official agreement or treaty between two organizations, countries, etc. Verb, allow to have.
Examples:
Accord with public opinion. By national accord. The organization finally signed a peace accord.
Stunt.
A feat or action that is often dangerous or difficult, designed to attract attention or admiration, something that blocks or impedes growth or development. Verb, to hinder or impede growth or development, especially in a physical or mental sense.
Examples:
Skydiving stunt. Stunt brain growth. The daredevil attempted a dangerous stunt by jumping off a tall building with a parachute.
Principal.
Most important, main, or chief.
Examples:
Principal actor. Principal responsible. The principal reason for the company's success is its innovative products.
Bodyguard.
A person or group of people employed to protect someone, typically a public figure or a person of importance, from harm or attack.
Examples:
VIP bodyguard. Elite bodyguard unit. The celebrity hired a personal bodyguard to protect them from the paparazzi.
Chamber.
A large room used for a formal, public, or particular purpose, one of the parts of a parliament.
Examples:
A gas chamber. The lower chamber. The surgeon made an incision in the chambers of the patient's heart.
Sue.
To claim a person or organization, especially by filing a legal claim for money or redress.
Examples:
Sue a company for damages. Sue my boss for harassment. He planned to sue the organization for negligence.
Humiliation.
The feeling of being made to feel ashamed or foolish.
Examples:
An intolerable humiliation. A taste of humiliation. His public humiliation resulted from a cruel prank played by his colleagues.
Unimaginable.
Beyond what can be imagined or conceived, impossible to comprehend or envision.
Examples:
Unimaginable horror. Unimaginable depths. The complexity of scientific theories was unimaginable for most people.
Eventually.
Finally, particularly after a long time or a lot of struggle, complications, and so on.
Examples:
Eventually become obsolete. Eventually succeed. The corporation eventually dominated the entire tobacco business.
Warn.
To make someone aware of potential danger or difficulty, particularly one that may occur in the future.
Examples:
Warn a reckless driver. Warned me of the plan. I attempted to warn him, but he ignored me.
Sleepover.
A social gathering in which one or more people stay overnight at another person's home, often as a means of casually spending time together, particularly among children or teenagers.
Examples:
Sleepover party. Girls' sleepover. My daughter is having a sleepover with her friends tonight.
Progressive.
Relating to or supporting development or advancement, especially social or political one.
Examples:
Progressive taxation. Progressive development. The progressive approach to education emphasizes hands-on learning and student-centered classrooms.
Bond.
A close emotional connection between two or more people, a certificate of debt that a government or corporation issues to raise money.
Examples:
Bond as a family. Global bond market. They had formed a friendship bond.
Freshman.
A first-year student, typically in college or high school.
Examples:
Freshman orientation. Freshman year. The freshman class was excited to start their first year of college.
Charm.
The power or quality of pleasing or fascinating people.
Examples:
Masculine charm. Charm against bad luck. These are significantly more exquisite than typical charm bracelets.
Yurt.
A circular tent of felt or skins on a collapsible framework used by nomads in the steppes of Central Asia.
Examples:
A Mongolian yurt. Yurt home. The nomads lived in yurts while they traveled through the desert.
Diligent.
Showing or characterized by care and effort in your work or duties.
Examples:
A diligent person. A diligent search of the files. The diligent detective investigated all clues.
Mystery.
Something difficult to understand or explain, a secret or enigmatic quality that adds to the fascination or interest of something. A genre of fiction that involves the solution of a crime or a puzzle.
Examples:
Mystery novel. Unsolved mystery. The mystery surrounding the disappearance of the traveler has yet to be solved by authorities.
Uncomfortable.
Providing or feeling physical discomfort or slight pain.
Examples:
An uncomfortable silence. With an uncomfortable face. His abusive words made me uncomfortable.
Swimsuit.
A piece of clothing worn for swimming.
Examples:
Swimsuit model. Swimsuit designer. She wore a bright red swimsuit for the beach trip.
Halfway.
In or at a point midway or an equal distance between 2 points.
Examples:
Halfway through my journey. Halfway decent job. The famous restaurant stands halfway up the hill.
Pansexual.
Characterized by attraction or romantic interest in people regardless of their biological sex, gender identity, or gender expression.
Examples:
Pansexual identity. Pansexual community. The movie portrays a pansexual relationship between two of the main characters.
Relief.
A feeling of happiness and relaxation that comes when something burdensome is removed or reduced.
Examples:
Tax relief. Sigh of relief. He devoted his life to establishing a humanitarian relief fund.
Latch.
A device for holding a door or gate closed, typically a sliding bar or bolt.
Examples:
Set the latch. Latch mechanism. The latch on the gate was broken, so the cows got loose.
Grab.
To take hold of something or someone suddenly with a hand, especially in a violent way.
Examples:
Grab an audience. Grab an opportunity. Shall we grab a bite to eat?
Confidence.
The feeling or attitude that one can trust or rely on the abilities or good qualities of someone or something.
Examples:
Confidence as a teacher. Boost my confidence. Skill and confidence are an unconquered army.
Norm.
Something that is regarded as usual, typical, or standard.
Examples:
Norm of action. Cultural norm. The systems we have developed has accepted as industry norms.
Travesty.
A mockery or satire that exaggerates or distorts something, often intending to ridicule or criticize it, a grotesque or outrageous imitation or representation.
Examples:
Travesty of the truth. Political travesty. The handling of the case was a travesty of justice.
Acceptance.
The act of agreeing or approving, or the state of being agreed or approved.
Examples:
A feeling of acceptance. A letter of acceptance. The acceptance of diversity and inclusion is crucial for building a harmonious society.
Fundamental.
Forming an essential base or core from which everything else develops or is affected.
Examples:
Fundamental education. Fundamental rights. Human behavior has fundamental characteristics.
Frank.
Honest and sincere, open and candid in expression.
Examples:
Frank and open discussion. Make a frank apology. Full involvement means frank and prompt responses.
Communal.
Belonging to or used by a group rather than individuals, for common use.
Examples:
Communal swimming pool. Communal combination of funds. Communal elections were held in several European countries.
Constantly.
All the time.
Examples:
A constantly innovative enterprise. A constantly varying mind. The mobile application industry is constantly changing.
Shove.
To push someone or something in a rough way.
Examples:
Shove a person aside. Shove hamburger into my mouth. He forcibly shoved the flyer into my bag.
Abnormal.
Not typical, usual, or regular, especially in a way that is bad.
Examples:
Abnormal heart rhythms. Abnormal cells. An abnormal climate in the region caused a sharp decline in grain harvest.
Concept.
An idea or principle associated with something abstract.
Examples:
Learn new concepts. Concept car. One such rapidly growing concept is quantum cryptography.
Affirm.
To assert that something is true or real. To state positively.
Examples:
Affirm old traditions. Affirm strong identity. I affirm that I will always stand by my beliefs.
Immediately.
Now or without delay.
Examples:
Immediately recall a product. Write him an answer immediately. A suspension order from the court is effective immediately.
Valid.
Having a reasonable basis in logic or fact, still legally or officially acceptable.
Examples:
A valid contract. A ticket valid for 2 days. Your credit card is no longer valid.
Trap.
A piece of equipment or hole for catching animals or people. Verb, to catch animals or people and prevent them from escaping.
Examples:
Set a trap. Trap an animal. The enemy fell right into the trap.
License.
An official permission or authorization to do, use, or own something, a legal document that grants the holder the right to perform certain activities, such as driving a car, practicing a profession, or using a particular product or service.
Examples:
License renewal, software license. Before driving, ensure you have a valid driver's license.
Separate.
To force, take, or pull apart, mark as different.
Examples:
Separate video into chapter. Separate cream from milk. We need to separate the aspect of his personality from the part of his competence when making an investment decision.
Highlight.
To make something prominent, mainly so that people give it more attention.
Examples:
Highlight a string in red. Highlight an important difference. The introduction highlighted the speaker's distinguished career as a consultant.
Spare.
Additional to what is necessary for ordinary use, verb, to give time, money, space, etc., to someone.
Examples:
Spare parts. Spare cost. I made plans to spend my spare time beneficially.
Environment.
The natural world such as air, water, and land in which humans, animals, and plants live.
Examples:
Environment affairs. Chaotic environment. Every human is responsible for taking care of the Earth's environment.
Gap.
A conspicuous disparity or difference separates something such as a figure, people, their opinions, situation, etc.
Examples:
The gap between ideal and reality. Distance gap. Many people are working together to close the gender gap.